Hello guys, thank you for joining us again here on Exploring It All. And today I wanted to go over this Victorinox. I say it Victoria, I don't know if that's right or not, but I know it's based off the mother's name of Victoria, so Victorinox. Some people call it Victorinox. Anyway, so there's that little side note. Anyway, so I got this knife. This is the Master Craftsman. It's no longer in production. It is a variation of the Craftsman, which is also not in production, I don't believe. But it is a variation of the Craftsman. This is the version that, well, this one might be a little bit different, but it's close to, it's the more updated version of the one that was ordered by NASA. NASA ordered like 50 of these knives to take on Space Shuttle missions. Now, I received this knife, or actually I purchased this knife through eBay, but I purchased it from an individual that was selling it, was actually in Switzerland. My credit card did the money exchange. I had to pay a little extra for that. And of course, shipping was a little bit more. I want to say it came to like, I don't know, maybe $20 or something for the shipping. I have to say I was kind of impressed with the shipping. I think I ordered this on the 4th. The gentleman, his name is Retro Marxer. He actually included a postcard from Switzerland, from the town, or I'm not sure if it's the I think it's the town, Luzern, Luzern. I can't tell you what exactly this is. I haven't looked it up or anything, but that's the picture. He had a little note on here about purchasing the knife from him and thanking me. I thought that was really neat that he included that. Another little side note before we get into the knife, it was packaged quite in a box, pretty big. Oh, by the way, I was going to throw on here, he wrote this on October 3rd of 2021. It's dated at the top here, October 3rd, 2021. I think it shipped on well, I think he shipped it on the 3rd. That was pretty close to when I got it. He shipped it right away. And I received it on the 8th. Because, yeah, I received it on the 8th, so today's the 9th. So I got this from Switzerland in 8 days. I think that's pretty impressive. It came U.S. mail locally here in the United States. Went through Swiss mail to New York or something. So Switzerland, 8 days. Just thought I'd throw that out there. He had it quite packed in a fairly good-sized box, quite larger than what was needed. And he had a bunch of newspaper. He had it packed and really well. I thought it was kind of cool because the newspapers, I flattened some of them out, and it's all written in German. And if you know anything about Switzerland, they are multilingual there. They have German, Italian, French, and no one wants to speak each other's language, so most people speak English. So I flattened out the paper just because I wanted to look at it, and it was all written in German. All right, so let's get into the knife here. And side note, my grandmother spoke German fluently, so I'm kind of familiar with German a little bit. Anyway, so this knife, it's brand new. It's the more updated version, comes with the paperwork, the standard paperwork, and this is in multi-language as well. It's in English, I think Dutch, French, Spanish, Italian, maybe Russian. So it talks about cleaning it and different things and oiling it. Anyway, I believe he added the wrapper inside there. So this knife is never carried. It is brand new, completely. So I was going to go over the scale tools. Now, like I said, this is called the Master Craftsman. It's a little bit different than the Craftsman model. It doesn't have the pliers. It doesn't have the fish scaler that was on the earlier versions. They adjusted the tool set to fit the needs of NASA and what they wanted for the Space Shuttle. So Anyway, this is just one of those ones I wanted to add to my collection. It does have some updated rear scale tools, which was one of the major updates. So anyway, so we'll get into the blades here. I haven't dated the tang snaps, but it has your regular main blade. Like these are notoriously sharp, and this one is definitely going to be sharp. It's a drop point blade. And then you have your small blade. So those are your always on your standard Swiss Army knives here. You have this to me looks like the more modern file. So you have your metal file and metal saw here. You have the most recent saw blade. I have to say the Swiss Army knife, the Victorinox saw blade is awesome when cutting. It does a great job. Next you have the scissors. These work really great. After that, you have the wire stripper. And I'm going to use, and I guess I was thinking about the wire stripper, but you have the bottle opener and you also have your slotted standard screwdriver. So I want to demonstrate the wire stripper. And I think I'm going to insert that right about here in the video. I'm going to demonstrate the wire stripper. Okay guys, as I said, and I've practiced a few times here on this, this wire stripper, a lot of people think that you need to, and you can do it on the some models, put it close to the 90-degree stop and use your knife blade underneath here to get it into the spot. But actually this wire stripper is coarse on the inside here. You can actually feel it on the edge, and it's that way on purpose. And you can kind of use that little edge, and of course you got a knife blade. I've always just kind of stripped wires with a knife blade myself, but you can use the edge here and you trim down your wire and it will strip that off. And I broke that because I'm not very good at it, but you just take it around and you just kind of score it, and then you can just slowly start peeling it out. This particular wire is the only wire I could find. It had a thick conduit on it, but you just slowly strip that cover off that wire with this wire stripper in here. And so it does actually work. It does take a little bit of practice, and of course I'm using this one wire down here. This wire over here is actually too big to fit in there, so you would probably have to trim that down with a blade first. I can't even get it in there because this wire is too thick. So it's only going to work on your smaller, thinner wires, but it does work quite well with the smaller wires. It just takes a little bit of practice to be able to do it. But you don't actually have to use the knife blade. The wire stripper will strip wires without cutting it. So I'm going to use this knife. You have the can opener and the fine screwdriver. Now, this is the tool that differentiates this from your Handyman. And I think Handymans might still be in production, but this one has a Phillips screwdriver in place of the corkscrew. You have the Phillips screwdriver. So that is the main difference between this and the Handyman, or at least the standard Craftsman and the Handyman. I believe the Handyman might have the pliers, which this doesn't have. So this has the chisel, the small chisel. I actually like this chisel tool. You have the fine slotted screwdriver. And that is, I believe, the chisel and the hook are on the newer ones that were not on the other one. You have the hook, of course, and finally you have the awl with the sewing eye. I say finally, but there's actually a couple more tools here. You have your tweezers, your toothpick, and your key ring. This key ring is extended out, so the Swiss clip, which I have been using, would attach to this knife if you so desired. I really like this knife. I really like this tool set. This is almost, if you had that fish scaler in there, this would be the original Champion, the Champion B, something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm going to, you've probably already seen it at this point, I'm going to insert a demo of the wire stripper in use. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Have a good day. Be nice to each other.